He is one of the last of his generation of activists still holding the torch. Many of his contemporaries have abandoned the cause of the people and smoothly integrated themselves into the ranks of the oppressors or joined their band of cheerleaders. Omoyele Sowore has stood steadfastly by his conviction over the years. From his time as a student activist to the present, he has focused on the positive transformation of Nigeria.
I've been part of every democratic development in Nigeria, from the period of June 12th to the period where we eventually transitioned from military rule to democratic rule, or whatever you want to call it.
Born on February 16, 1971, in the small village of Kiribo, deep in the mangroves of the oil-rich Niger Delta, Sowore's resolve was sealed at a very young age. At 12, he was already fishing in the dangerous waters of Kiribo to contribute to his family's upkeep. He gained admission into the prestigious University of Lagos in 1989, where he studied geography and regional planning. As a result of his activism, he was rusticated twice and spent 6 years studying an otherwise 4-year course. Between 1992 and 1994, he was the indefatigable president of the University of Lagos Students' Union. As commander of the Aluta forces, Sowore championed the causes of anti-cultism and anti-corruption advocacies in the institution. He also holds a master's degree in public administration from Columbia University, USA. Those were the heydays of military rule in Nigeria. Omoyele Sowore's political human rights activism was forged in the furnace of anti-military and pro-democracy struggles, which eventually birthed today's democratic era. As president of the Congress of Progressive Youths, Sowore mobilized thousands of Nigerian youths to protest against the illegal annulment of the June 12, 1993 election won by the late Chief MKO Abiola. He was so committed to the struggle against the military that at just 21 years old, he was already standing by the right-hand side of the legendary Chief MKO Abiola, matching side by side in the struggle to reclaim the mandate of the philanthropist and business mogul.
The kind of relationship you have now with the president?
President Babangida is a friend. Just look at the house, take the snapshot of all the pictures in the house.
While many current political leaders in Nigeria were either collaborating with the military or stayed silent in the face of their tyranny, the young Sowore was on the barricade fighting for the end of military rule and the enthronement of democratic politics in Nigeria.
Some of the characters today, some of the players in the political arena today were hiding under their bed. I was fighting for the democracy that we have today.
Sowore has been arrested several times and tortured by the Nigerian state for protesting against the anti-people policies of various governments. In 1989, as a fresh undergraduate, he participated in a massive student demonstration against the conditions of a $120 million IMF loan for Nigeria to build an oil pipeline. The loan conditions include a requirement for the country to reduce the number of universities from 28 to 5. In 1992, Omoyele Sowore led over 5,000 Nigerian students to protest against the military government. The police opened fire on young protesters and murdered 7 protesters in cold blood. Sowore was arrested and tortured. He was a crucial participant in the pro-democracy movement that engulfed the country after the annulment of the June 12, 1993 election. His activities resulted in several arrests, detention, and torture by state officials. Sowore left for the United States of America in 1999. While there, he bagged a master's degree in public administration from Columbia University. From the US, he watched the events in Nigeria unfold as the politicians who replaced the military in 1999 continued to plunder the nation's resources, plunging the people deeper into poverty. Sowore was dismayed by how the otherwise vibrant Nigeria had become badly compromised in the democratic era, thus failing to hold leaders accountable. To correct this anomaly, he founded Sahara Reporters, a media outfit dedicated to exposing high corruption in society, in 2006.
That was why, in 2006, I started Sahara Reporters as a citizens' media platform. And the idea is very simple, is to use everybody who is willing.
Through Sahara reporters, Sowore exposed the corrupt cabal that held the country to ransom during the illness of late President Umaru Yar'Adua. His expose helped increase the call for the Vice President, Goodluck Jonathan, to become acting president. Since its inception, Sahara Reporters has consistently held leaders accountable. The credit for opening the space for citizens' journalism in Nigeria no doubt belongs to Omoyele Sowore. Through Sahara Reporters, the corruption in the Nigerian government was exposed to its bare bones. Sowore is the convener of the Number Revolution Now movement, which has been championing protests calling for a revolution in Nigeria since 2019.
We are struggling for a new independence, and it is part of the continuation of what we started in 2019 with Revolution Now, because we believe that only revolution can save this country. Revolution now!
In August 2019, Sowore was arrested by operatives of the Department of State Security (DSS) ahead of the planned nationwide Revolution Now protest. He was later charged with conspiracy to commit treason and insulting President Muhammadu Buhari. In December 2021, a federal high court in Abuja ordered the DSS to pay Sowore 2 million naira for the unlawful seizure of his phone during the 2019 arrest. Following his declaration to run for president in the 2019 general election, Sowore formed the African Action Congress, AAC, in August 2018. He desired to take his activism from the streets into the office of the president.
You can stay active as an activist if you decide to limit how far you want things to change. But you can decide to be president if you want to take activism to the office of the president. And we've seen that happen both in South Africa and also in the US.
Though he has not succeeded in becoming the president of Nigeria, he is determined to continue in the struggle to wrestle Nigeria from the hands of the political class who have pillaged the nation since independence. Sowore is a patriotic Nigerian who has always demonstrated his love and loyalty to the nation. Though he had ample opportunities to acquire citizenship in the United States of America, he has chosen to cling to the green passport of his beloved fatherland. He believes that the struggle for a new independence for Nigeria must be won.
We are struggling for a new independence, and it is part of the continuation of what we started in 2019 with Revolution Now, because we believe that only revolution can save this country. Revolution now!